So I have a feeling this thing is going to work out pretty good. I just threw some air in the front tires. Both the rear tires are actually holding air just fine, but the fronts are leaking a little bit. I did get the new key switch installed. Had to wire it in because the connector down here was not the same that came on the new one, so I spliced it in up here. And I pulled the carburetor off yesterday, cleaned it out a bit. There's a bunch of old nasty gas in it, replaced a couple lines, and now I just need to put some gas in this thing and connect the battery and see what's going to happen. I have a feeling it's going to work out. And the battery is now installed. I just put the ground on, positive's connected. Fits perfectly fine in this little battery box. The ES5 LBS that Walmart had was too big for it. So I think this ES4 is the correct size. So I'm going to zip tie this to the handlebars just to keep it from flopping around too much. And that way I know where it is all the time. Alright, so I don't know if we're going to have any issues with some air in the line or not. We might, but it seems like the fuel is going into the filter just fine. I did have to fix something with the throttle control. When I hooked the car back up, these things kind of have a weird throttle system. Instead of, you know, a normal linkage, it's like a little round cylinder that goes into the top of the carb, and it goes up and down with the throttle movement. Really weird kind of design that I haven't really seen too much of. At least, you know, on lawnmowers and other small engine stuff, I've never really had that issue because they're just designed differently. However, you know, this is a little bit different from what I'm used to. But it's all pretty much the same damn thing when you get down to the brass tacks. For the most part, you know, an engine's an engine. It's just some things differ from here to there, and it's really not all that hard to figure out. So let's go ahead and turn this puppy on. And these aren't working because they actually fell out. So it's in neutral right now. And full choke. Start her up. See if it works. Oh, wow. Definitely some air going through the line. Adjust the idle a little bit, it looks like. That could still be the air in the line that's causing that, but she's a good runner. Definitely a good little runner. I did check the oil. I checked the stick earlier. I've got a brand new carb on the way, so I don't think I'm going to keep that carb going. You know, it obviously needs the air filter put on it, and what I was able to find on Amazon for the bang for the buck was it came with the new air filter and a brand new carburetor, a couple new gaskets, and you know, that was really the best bang for the buck as far as that's concerned. So at least I know right now that this thing runs. I want to kind of romp this thing around a little bit and see how well it works, but before I do that, I'm going to have to oil this chain up just a little bit. So I'm going to grab a jack stand, put it under the middle, and kind of spin the whole rear end as I lube it. I am going to have to replace this chain. It looks absolutely terrible. It really does. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll punch back in when I do. Ooh, so this chain has definitely seen better days. It's nice and stiff and rusty. And I'm going to replace this chain anyways, as I said, but I do want to see if I can ride this thing around, see how it rides. So I'm going to spray some of this PB Blaster on it. And it's supposed to help dissolve rust. I don't know how much good it's going to do, to be very honest. So, you know, after that's done, I'm going to throw some all-purpose lubricant on it. What you need is some, you know, chain lube, specifically for motorcycle chains, which I've got all that at the house. I thought I had some here, but I don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this thing down, rotate the wheels, and keep doing it for a while, and then move on to that stuff. Then we'll get it back on the ground and see if we can ride her around a smidge. Well, you guys can see the quality of the fluid in there. It's definitely taken off a lot of the rust. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to get everything, but it is moving a lot easier now. I think what I'm going to do, now that I have it free enough, is to very carefully start this thing up, put it in first gear, and you know, of course I'm going to be right here watching it, but I'll, while it's turning a little bit, go ahead and start spraying it. Let's I guess get this thing off the jack stand and do a little bit of cleanup and see what happens when we start trying to ride this thing around. I will note that only the front brakes work, so I'm probably not going to take this thing all that fast, and I also am not going to be wearing a helmet, so I'm definitely not going to take it that fast. Well, so I went from right over there up over to here, right to here, and it quit right here. Now I thought it was just having a carb issue. Tried to get it started again, but sure enough, as I said it, the stupid chain broke. So I'm gonna have to wheel it back over to the shop. And yeah, this chain has had it. So I'm gonna have to buy a new chain for it. Wah. But good news is the new chain ain't all that much money, so now I just gotta count all the links and figure out what kind of chain's gonna have to go back on this thing. Meet you guys back at the shop.